different. It's 5 Minute Fridays with Vince, and I love doing this with you guys. This is my opportunity to have a little talk with you that segue from your work week to your weekend. And I know it is 11. It's still Friday. Let's do it. So I call this one Find the Thing. And the reason I call it yesterday, I made an appointment to go get one of the church vans, maintenance. There's pulling to the right, get the alignment on it, and the tires made an appointment for 10 o'clock. I got there and they were, I guess, a little overworked. They had a lot of traffic in the shop, so I waited patiently. They finally got to the van around 11:25, and so they did they, first they did the alignment, made sure it ran straight. Then afterwards, they were about to do the rotation. And when they started to do the rotation of the tires, took the tires off, and I watched the tech halfway through stop and go talk to the manager. I know what that means. They found something, it's an upsell. So they called me in and Mr. Gort. So we found that there are the brakes in the front and the back of the van require replacing. It's a serious overhaul. These are heavy duty brakes, and it is not going to be cheap. And so I was like, okay, well, what's the measurement on it? And he said, well, we normally warn people or suggest that people get the upgrade or at least get the brakes done on this size vehicle at 4 millimeters. Right now, the front two brakes, the pads are at 3 millimeters. The back two are at 2 millimeters. Anything 6 or above is good. So, all right, so what are we talking about financially? And the guy goes, well, and he literally breaks out one of those calculators like Medea and starts cooking and cleaning, and he presses buttons, he's pressing buttons. And he goes, well, it's going to be about $1,600. I came in here for $150 job. Ooh, how do we get to this? And I was sitting there getting frustrated. And I'm tripping, bugging out. I'm walking around. I'm calling people. I'm trying to get clearance. Like, what can we get? Can I even do this for the church? And I'm sitting there and I'm stressing out. And in between my phone calls, the first person I called didn't answer the phone. Called my wife. I was like, honey, she's like, listen, it's something that has to be done. I encourage you, call the CFO. Let's see what we need to do. And I started to, well, okay, so my flesh wanted to react because I don't want to pay that much. You know, money's tight nowadays. I know I was pay that much. And the Lord just, he gave me an opportunity to take a second to find the favor. And I had to say, gave me a second because honestly, it takes humility and it takes gratitude for you to find God's favor in what he's doing in your life. We've had these vans for more than 10 years, and we've not had to do anything major on these vans for the most part, except for maybe one thing. But outside of that, they have served the ministry well. There is nothing that outside of tires and oil changes and one thing that we had to have done on the white van, and but outside of that, it's been a blessing. And I sat here and I was like, you know what, Lord, thank you. I'm sitting here stressing and being upset. If I had to average $1,500 over the course of the 10 years that we've had it, that would have still only been $150 a year of extra work that we would have done. I said that to say this. Sometimes we get so sticker shocked in the current situation that we're dealing with that we don't look at the long term of what God has been doing over time. Sometimes the initial impact, when it hits us, when we confront it, when it presents itself, seems like it's overwhelming. And yet we have to look at what grace looks like over the course of your life. And I need you to understand that over the course of the time that God has been working in your life, you got to be intentional about finding the favor and not reacting as the knee-jerk reaction to what's happening in front of you. And remember that God has a full scope that is so much greater. We love to quote Jeremiah 29:11. And it literally says, I know the plans that I have, that they're good, not evil, to bring you to expected end. Find the favor in what you're going through. Find it. Look for it. It's like Blue's Clues. You have to find God's fingerprint on it. Listen, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments. You know, anyway, 505 Vince. I love to hear what you guys think about it. As always, I love doing this with you guys. Love you. Talk to you later.